Welcome back to ION Radio. I'm Ken, and John is currently dealing with a broken motivator in his new home. We wanted to make sure we released a short video highlighting what has been happening and what everyone can look forward to in the next 2 months. There's going to be a minor upset to our schedule, so it's time for a quick studio update. The new studio is taking longer than expected to put back together. We predominantly film at John's home. However, his new place has been occupying a lot more of his time with some unanticipated repairs. And yes, we do have a backup studio here at my home. However, both my wife and I have been going back and forth with regards to my son. It's his first year at college, so we've been dealing with that. So my time has been somewhat limited as well. Add to that both John and I have been slammed with our real jobs. We're hoping to see some kind of break in the near future, but that's kind of occupied a lot of our times. So for September and October, we are already a little bit into September, and there's a couple things coming up. One, we are confirmed to be live streaming an upcoming Star Wars Armada tournament here in the Chicagoland area in about a month. That's going to be October 12th and 13th. I do know that an announcement for this tournament and signups are going to be coming really soon, probably in the next few days, maybe next week at the most. When we add to that the Atomic Mass Games is going to be releasing a new Armada package of some sort in October, John and I kind of decided that rather than put everything together, film 1 or 2 episodes that they could consist of wrong rules, some point changes, or who knows what is in this package that Atomic Mass Games is releasing, we'd then take everything down, put it all back together for the live stream, take it apart again, and then rebuild it a third time. This is our entire studio setup. We're going to intentionally pause Armada production until the mid to end of October. So what does this mean for Star Wars Armada content? Earliest release for the 5th episode of Season 8 is realistically going to be November. Good news is that we'll be able to add in any new content, rules changes, or anything that AMG releases in October. So with a little bit of luck, that'll come mid-October. We'll be able to see it, record a couple episodes, and then get that out to you right away. I can then also focus a lot more on editing round 1 of Extra Madness and get that on a regular release schedule so that there'll still be a continuation of Star Wars Armada content. It's all filmed, it just needs to be edited and released. Plus, speaking of live streaming in Armada, I have plenty of Adepticon content that I can use for more shorts that I know so many of you have been enjoying, so there's at least a couple months of that left to go, coming out every Monday. Again, with Armada, we've got a whole weekend coming up with Star Wars Armada content live in mid-October, so we're hoping that you guys will be able to enjoy that. And of course, we welcome you to come join us in the chat or come to the tournament and play. The other question that I've been getting a lot is, what else are we doing? There are 3 main lines that we have other than Armada, and I'll give each a quick recap. Let's start with Battletech. John just got his Mercenary Kickstarter set. He's got all his goodies, and we have been really itching to get Battletech back to the table. So we have some new ideas on how to present battles in kind of a narrative fashion. So stay tuned. We're planning this out now, and we're looking forward to working on this later in the year. The Star Trek Alliance campaign will continue with the recap of the last 4 episodes, and then the Part 1 finale. And that's going to be released over the next few weeks. I've got an additional recap after all that's done, kind of going over the first box set, and all that will happen before I start filming Part 2, where we're going to be introducing the Klingons. So stay tuned over the next month with Star Trek Alliance. So the final one is our big one. That's Star Trek Into the Unknown. we are ratcheting up to add this into our lineup. We're both learning the rules, working through the preview kit, so that we can provide a similar level of quality in our play as we have with our Star Wars Armada videos. So we are planning on putting a little extra time into the post-production portion of this series, primarily because these are going to play out and follow their own unique episodic type format. So these are going to be on a slower release schedule, but should retain that high quality standard that you expect from us here at Ion Radio. The first two exciting existing missions, so that's the one that comes with the preview kit and the one in the latest GTM, will be ready to go into production, and as soon as the game is released, we are of course going to add this into our rotation as well. There's going to be a bunch of new missions with the core set. We also may have some bonus content diving a little further into the inner workings of this campaign and the design of the game, so stay tuned for all of that. One final item that we're going to put out here, this November marks 5 years since John and I put our first battle report on the internet for you guys to enjoy. So we're really looking forward to digging into our archives and seeing what we have done over the last 5 years. And we're going to do a whole presentation on that over an episode or two about mid-November. One thing we have decided we're going to do is replay one of our earliest Armada battles. So what we would love from all of our fans is for you to leave your favorite moments or episodes or battles in the comments below. This will help us to fine-tune what we want to do for this mid-November event. Both John and I will then have another Ion Radio studio update video released sometime between the end of the Chicago live stream in October and our anniversary episode in November. And that'll cover everything in terms of what you should expect from us in the future. That's pretty much everything that I wanted to mention in this short studio update. I do want to take a moment to thank all of our patrons, both current and past. All of them are listed here. With your support, we have achieved so much more than we thought would be possible over these last few years. The two biggest thrills from us have been meeting so many of you at conventions and other various events. And of course, being granted the opportunity to be the official streaming channel for the Star Wars Armada World Championship 2 years in a row. We're looking forward to being at Adepticon in 2025. Hopefully we'll see you there. So with all that said, I'm Ken, and thank you for watching Ion Radio.